Hello my dear children of 10th standard. In this video we are going to start a poem from your first flight book. The name of the poem is poem number 6, Animals, written by Walt Whitman. Now, Leaves of Grass is a poetry collection by American poet Walt Whitman. So in that book, one poem is there, that is Song of Myself. So, Animals poem line is taken from that book. Now, what is the theme of this poem, Animals? So, the poet wants to live among animals and he wants to experience a life where no one complains and where they are free of sins and sorrow. The poet believes that probably a very long time ago humans possessed all these qualities mentioned above, but they have now lost them. In the poem Animals, the poet Walt Whitman praises animals for being better than human beings and for possessing all such qualities that humans lack or have forgotten. Those qualities are calmness, the lack of greed, and the ability to stay happy and contained among others. So now let us begin the poem, but very first I'll give you short introduction about the poet Walt Whitman. So Walt Whitman was an American poet, essayist and journalist. He was born on 31st May 1819 in New York. He died on 26th March 1892. Leaves of Grass, O Captain, My Captain, and Song of Myself are some of his great works. The present poem Animals, written in free verse, is one of the poems published in Leaves of Grass. So now let us begin the poem. I'll read this stanza and I'll explain you. In the first stanza, the poet says that I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. I stand and look at them long and long. So, placid means calm and self-contained means self-satisfied. So, in this stanza, the poet says that the poet wants to change places. He wants to live in the world of animals. He wants to leave the company of men and start living with animals. Animals are so calm and self-satisfied. What poet is telling? He is so much impressed with animals that he stands and goes on looking at them for a long time. Further, in second stanza, the poet says that they do not sweat and whine about their conditions. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. Now, whine means complain irritatingly or crying. Sins means wrong deeds. So, in this stanza, poet says that animals never sweat unnecessarily. Means after working hard, they are not sweating, nor do they cry over their miserable condition. They enjoy full sleep at night. Their conscience is clear. They do not weep over their sins, keeping awake the whole night. They do not make anyone sick by discussing their duty to God. Further, in third stanza, poet says that no one is dissatisfied, Not one is demented with the mania of owning things. Not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. Now, in this stanza, demented means mentally sick. Mania means obsession, madness. And kneels means bend down on knees. So, in this stanza, poet says that all animals are satisfied with their lot. No one is dissatisfied. No animals has the mania, has the madness of collecting things. Animals don't get mad in the race of owning things like humans. They don't kneel down to show respect to others or to those who were born thousands of years ago. No animal considers himself more respectable than others. Nor can you find any animal on this whole earth who is unhappy over his lot. Further, in fourth stanza, poet says that so they show their relations to me and I accept them. They bring me tokens of myself. They evince them plainly in their possession. Tokens means symbols. Evince means to show. So in this stanza, poet says that animals keep on showing and cementing their relations to the poet. The poet accepts those relations with them happily. They provide all tokens of noble virtues. Virtues means goodness. So animals are providing all the goodness, all the well behavior that are present in the poet. They show that they possess all these virtues in plenty. Further, in fifth stanza, poet says that I wonder where they get those tokens. Did I pass that way huge times ago and negligently drop them? So, in this stanza, tokens means symbols and huge times ago means long, long ago. Negligently means carelessly. So, poet says that the poet wonders from where animals got those noble virtues, those values and tokens of love, the path of noble virtues which animals are still following even now. Humans and the poet himself have left negligently, carelessly, long, long ago. So, my dear students, this was the explanation of the poem Animals. Now, we'll see poetic devices which has been used in this poem. So, very first, we'll see poetic devices. So see, this poem is written in free verse. It means no musical sequence in the end of the words. You will not find any musical sequence. Like see, poet has used free words. See, in each line the last word are, contained, condition, since means no words is rhyming with each other. So we can say that no rhyme scheme is used in this poem. Poem is written in free verse. Now we'll see figures of speech which has been used in this poem. So very first figure of speech is anaphora. Now what is the meaning of anaphora? So anaphora means when two or more than two lines starts with same words. Now see, line 4, 5, 6, okay, are starting with They do not make. Again see, line 9 and 10 is starting with not one kneels, not one kneels. Okay, so this is the example of anaphora. Now, the second figure of speech which has been used is alliteration. What is the meaning of alliteration? So, alliteration means repetition of consonant sounds or words at the beginning. Remember students, at the beginning of two or more closely connected words. Now see, when you will see line 6. Line 6 says, they do not make me sick, discussing their duty to God. They do not make me sick. Okay, so now see, ma sound, make me. Okay, see here, make me. Ma sound is there. Both these words are beginning with ma sound. And ma is consonant. So it means consonant sound is coming. So this is the example of alliteration. Again see in second last line. Okay, see in second last line, poet says that I wonder where they get those tokens. See, w sound is coming from there, and on the very start of words, w sound is there, and w is consonant. So consonant sound is coming. So both these words are beginning with w sound. So this is the example of alliteration. Now see, next figure of speech which has been used in this poem is what? Personification. Now what is the meaning of personification? So personification means when you are giving an inanimate or non-human object a human quality, then it is known as personification. So when poet says that about animals, when poet is saying that they are so placid, self-contained. Placid means patient. They are very patient and calm. They are self-satisfied. All these qualities are possessed by humans, which in this poem are given to animals. So these are the examples of personification. So this type of figure of speech is known as personification. Now next figure of speech which has been used in this poem is repetition. Repetition means simple. It is the repetitive use of words or phrase. So see in line 3, third line, when poet is saying, I stand and look at them long and long. So long and long words are repeating twice. So this is the example of repetition. So we can say that in this poem the figures of speech which has been used is anaphora, alliteration, personification and repetition. So now what message poet is giving through this poem? So from Animals poem, the poet wants to convey the message that man should live a happy and peaceful life like animals. He should not indulge in collecting wealth. It will make him selfish, greedy, commit sins, repent for his behavior and madness, and spend sleepless night. So, with this, we come to an end of the poem. Read the poem and watch the video. Thank you.